really going to have to work on my resume after this. Your resume is the center of your professional portfolio. When hiring managers or HR professionals are looking at your resume, it usually only takes them 5 to 7 seconds to see if it's worthy of their time. Knowing that, it's crucial not only that you format your resume correctly, but that the contents effectively communicate your most impressive and relevant experiences. When you're formatting a resume, a good way to think of it is that it's concise, consistent, and of course easy to read. The tips that we will be giving you in this video are formed to help make sure you can reach the largest audience of recruiters. Of course, there are different ways of designing resumes, but in this video, we really want to emphasize the most agreed upon principles and fundamentals of resume writing. Because there's so much to go over and try to figure out when you're starting a resume from scratch, pause on the next screen to see a list of formatting tips to get you started. It's gonna be right here. And we're back. When you're making your draft, it can be a little bit hard to picture what it looks like. So luckily, I asked School of Business to get me a huge blown up resume. So this is what a resume can look like. It can be said that you have two columns on your resume. The left side will have your entities and titles, and the right side should have your dates and locations. The top line should be bolded and everything underneath usually isn't. There are some exceptions to this rule, but remember this format as you complete the rest of your resume. If you like the lines that separate each section on your resume, if you're in Microsoft Word, make 3 underscores, press enter, and boom, you got it. As for all the different sections on your resume, no matter what format you're using, everyone should have contact information, education, some type of experience, and skills. Everything else is really up to you. Some people will make combined sections to save space, others may not include it at all. But the whole point is, your most relevant and important experiences are organized on your resume for your potential employer to see clearly. Try to think and visualize how you're going to organize your resume. After you do that, when you start to list your experiences in each of the sections, make sure that they're chronologically from top to bottom, from the most recent to the oldest. For teaching purposes and this video, here's a breakdown of the example resume we're using. Here it is. Look at this. This is amazing. All right, I guess I should just put it on the screen, huh? Yeah. You see it? Cool. But before we break down and really dive into the contents of your resume, we want to stress that this is just one piece of paper. It can be very time-consuming to work on, but don't get frustrated. It'll be worth it in the long run, and if you take your time here, it'll just be editing and shifting things from here on out. Okay, so for our first section, we'll have our contact information. Because your recruiter's most likely going to want to know who you are and how to reach you. It'll have your name, email, phone number, and LinkedIn URL if it's updated. If you want some tips on strengthening your LinkedIn profile, or maybe you haven't started one yet, check out our video on that. Otherwise, your name should be bold, centered, and between size 16 and 20 font. The rest of your information just goes right below it. Transitioning into our first main section, we'll have education. Write Virginia Commonwealth University and Richmond, VA on the first line, bolded of course. On our second line, make sure to write out Bachelor of Science with your respective major and GPA if it's 3.0 or higher. A quick side note, if you're a Business Foundations student, write Business Foundations and in parentheses, your intended major. Here's an example for prospective accounting majors. Something that is usually overlooked is relevant coursework. Here, you can put classes you've taken that pertain to your major or the job you are seeking. This will continue to change or update as you take more specialized courses for your major. For now, it's okay to start with your general business courses if that's where you are at in your curriculum. Lastly, for our education section, if you attended community college, add it if you'd like. If you obtained an associate's degree, this can look good on your resume. Otherwise, if you just completed coursework, you can put completed coursework in business administration if that was the focus of your courses. Oftentimes, students don't realize that they can utilize their academic projects and other projects that may pertain to their career on their resume to overall strengthen their experiences. As you continue to grow and complete new projects, you can substitute those older experiences or place the new ones right above them. Be sure when you're listing these experiences, you're keeping the same format we described to you earlier. As we cruise into the rest of the sections on your resume, those being work experience, leadership positions, or any other section you may want to add. The details in each of those experiences are written in bullet point format. Those will make up the core of your resume. Your bullet points are the drivers of your story. They describe your accomplishments and discuss your skills. Always start off your bullet points with action verbs such as facilitate, utilize, coordinate, or improve. Try to have at least 2 bullet points per experience, preferably no more than 6. But if your experience is that grand and has that much depth, the maximum would be 8. Make sure you're writing in present tense for current experiences and past tense for ones you've already completed. Bullet points describe what you currently do or did during those experiences and the results of them. For example, you could simply say for your parking attendant job, parked cars, but that doesn't communicate any value to an employer. So instead, parked 30 to 50 cars per day with a 10-minute turnaround for a hotel guest. If you have an example for completing audits, this becomes completed audits of 3 academic departments with a combined $100 million budget to ensure expenses align with state regulations. Be sure to incorporate all these principles into every bullet point you write. What will end up happening is that your core of your resume will be one of the most interesting pieces for someone to read. As for our other relevant experience section on our resume, this section is extremely helpful if you have multiple experiences that you'd like to note, but you don't have the space, nor do you need to write bullet points about them. This section can house campus involvement, work, or volunteer experience all in one section. It's a nice cherry on top for employers. Finally, for our last section, relevant skills. When listing skills, you want to utilize subheadings that group similar skills together. This means you might have a subheading that says marketing technical, accounting technical, business development, sales, the list goes on and on. Subheadings help the reader easily digest your relevant skills list. Wrapping things up, everything that's on your resume, the experiences, the sections, it's unique to just you. We've just tried to provide a format and structure so you can take it off from here. And so if you need some more help with your resume or anything regarding professional development, go on Handshake and sign up for an appointment with one of our advisors from Business Career Services. We're located in B1102.